Greetings, and salutations, one and all. Welcome to the night shift. It's a healthy love night. I want to say hello and welcome to the show. Those of you tuned in on radiobox.net, the Foundation Radio Network, One Harmony Radio across upon, big ups to you, top of the morning to you guys over there in the UK. Wherever you're tuned in from around the world, PEMGTV.com, and of course right here, KevinStew.com. Glad to have you. Couldn't do it without you. Wouldn't even want to try. Kicking it up with the sound of Efran Alves. Overdue.
You give me something my grave, I really need you too. I really wanna feel great now. So let me have my way now. No one ever gonna leave, cause I'm so invested in you. Cause I really feel a vibe every time we set the right down. And nobody like this, man, it's nothing like this, and it's nothing like you. Nothing and nobody like you. And every single time we touch, no one ever wanna stop, because I always wanna let you know that I love you so much, it's not nobody like you. Nothing and nobody like you. So, make them all out. Long time is a overdue. Long time is a overdue. Make them all out. Long time is a overdue. Long time is a overdue. Because you're special to me. Special to me. Very special. Very special. Whoa, whoa. Because you're special to me. Me. Very special. Very special. Whoa, whoa. Like the sunlight and the rainfall, like the daytime and the night come. I'll be sure now, bound to come back. Please don't fall off, don't break my heart. Like the moon now and the star shine. Give me all now, not a fraction. Get to the point now, so just full stop. Till the last beat and me heart stop. Sir, I really feel a vibe every time we set it right down. And nobody like this and nobody like you. Nothing and nobody like you. So we tell them, and every single time we touch, no one ever wanna stop, cause I wanna let you know that I love you so much. And it's not nobody like you. Let them all out. Long time is a overdue. Long time is a overdue. Let them all out. Long time is a overdue. Long time is a overdue. Because you're special to me. Special to me. Very special. Very special. Whoa, whoa. Because you're special to me.
Good evening, guest 406, guest 281.
Very special.
Want to know that y'all are special to me. And someone who is very special to us, making a bunch of noise in the background. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Ladies and gentlemen, my brethren and co-host for the evening, the one and only Sean Garrity. Brethren, welcome. Good evening. How you doing?
I'm doing quite marvelous.
Oh, look at you. Look at you.
Look at me now.
Hey, what's going on with you, Bridget? You're just so bubbly today. What's going on?
I know the vibes, you know. Sometimes you just have to forge your happy.
Good evening to hashtag happy wherever she is right now.
Never forge the issue more time, you know.
Right. Want to say big ups to our friends over at Policy Media Group, sponsors for this segment of the show. Policy Media Group, and being in a moment is priceless. Give them a call, 754-999-6020. Tell them Kevin Stew sent you. You can have something like this that you're watching right here on KevinStew.com. They can hook you up, believe me. Or if it's just to capture an event, well, so be it. Greetings, I'm tuning from the comfort of my tub. I'm having a candlelight bath, a glass of wine. 406 private message me, tell me where you are. I'll bring my glass. Wait a minute. What if 406 is that guy? I take that back. All right, so
You said complicated life guess. Now you got to worry about all these other things.
yeah, no. I'm sorry. I'm fun loving and all, but not that much fun. Not knocking anybody who is into that kind of fun, but yeah. Good evening to you, and I'll leave it there.
Pick up yourself.
So it's like Sunday night, as walking in Wilton Manors after my stepdaughter's graduation, and she was walking with her sister, and I was walking with her parents, and her mother said, there's something wrong with this picture. You have the two of them and the three of us. It doesn't look right. I said, okay, that's right. You walk by yourself. And I called. I called my stepdaughter's father over, and he and I were walking. The two sisters were walking, and her mother was by herself. There you go. For those of you who don't know Wilton Manors, let's just say you just need to find out. Sean, tonight we're talking about migraines. You ever had a migraine headache?
Fortunately, no.
Funny enough, I grew up hearing some of my friends talking about they're having migraine headaches, and they can't do this and they can't do that, and they have to go over here and in the dark, and I'm like, seriously? Headache is that bad? You can't just take 2 Advil and call it a day? 2 aspirin, something?
You know the difference in the kids when last time I make it.
I think you're showing off a little bit too much right now.
No, but there's a difference still.
So you just stress free so you don't have headache?
No, but little stress meter on the Samsung phone, so I'm stressed.
All right.
You know, little thing you put your finger on,
Yeah.
I'm stressed.
Maybe you need to check out something. That's all right. I'm enjoying my solar bath. Go ahead. Enjoy your solar bath. I won't be good.
Oh, what are they, Kevin? What are they? We are on. We are going like talking about shit like a party Sunday. What you brother? They were telling me about the party, man.
B, ladies and gentlemen, MC, big MC for 60th. Oh shoot, I can't remember her name now. Daphne.
Daphne.
Happy birthday, Daphne. I hope you're still enjoying your Earth date and the days to come. MC for the evening, Sean Garrity holding it down with the microphone. Those people had fun. I watched them all evening laughing and just having a good old time. Good job, sir. Good job. Well done.
Yo, I gotta admit, that party was fun. And I think the moment of the night was you constantly asked for your and me with my shit fun.
You know, I must say, ladies and gentlemen, Sean has held up his bargain, his end of the bargain when it comes to healthy love and what we talk about here on the show. He said trying not to eat after 7 o'clock, and that's exactly what he did. So he brought equipment to make sure that that he didn't miss out on the food nonetheless. So he walked with his containers to take his food from the party. Hey, listen, I'm not mad at you at all. Not at all. Because you kept up your end of the bargain and did not eat after 7 o'clock. And you got to have your meal still. So
Yo, the next morning, I can't believe them festival didn't taste good. That good thing we never eat it the night before.
listen, I
Can't be
had
that name up too much.
I had my last festival yesterday. Trust
And so much
and
you did take?
believe. Listen, I didn't take them. They were given to me. And I ate one a day.
One a day. That was your multivitamin, one a
That
day.
was my multivitamin. Um, Guess 406 says I used to have them for years. Very debilitating. And that's migraines, not festivals. Just to
I
make
was wondering, like, where did I come from?
just to make it clear. Guess 406 was talking about migraine. So no, I'm gonna have to ask a question, and there's a reason to asking the question. And it has nothing to do with the bath and a glass of wine. Guest 406, are you male or female? And our topic tonight has to do with the reason why I asked that question. But yes, Sean didn't cheat, not once. There were there were waiters going around, there were servers going around with meatballs, and Sean looked at it and said, "Yeah, look good, but I'm not having any." And I was like, "Well, brethren, I am." Sir, kind sir, could you please?
Please, sir, can I have some more?
And I did. I had two meatballs. Not in one sitting, but I had two meatballs and my stew peas. Yes, with essence of pigtail.
God, I said, no, never did it.
There was none in my plate. Sir Rockwell, if it was Sir Rockwell, he would have been upset because you can't. But boy, but there was essence of pigtail, and I wasn't too upset because at that time it was after 9 o'clock, and I was eating white rice and peas, the peas from the stew peas. So, but none. It was all good. I didn't play ball on Sunday. Okay, 406 is for male. Cool. Good. Thank you for that information. I didn't play ball on Sunday, but I worked it off. I did I was on my feet all day Sunday. Did my walking from the train station on Monday. So I worked it off. It's all good. All right. So back to the matter at hand. Migraines.
Yes.
So because my eyes are not fake, it I give them headache. Them get migraine. It is said that, funny enough, as common as migraines are, researchers still really don't know what causes them.
Wow.
Now, all my life I've been hearing about migraines, which means it's not something new. There's no way it could be something new. Migraines affect an estimated 38 million Americans. And it affects both young and old. But the majority of sufferers are women, as guest 406 says she is. Women, and or they're between the ages of 35 and 55. Now, was it that you were suffering from migraine in your youth, 406, or as an adult? I don't know. I don't even know if you are a youth or an adult. But you're drinking wine in a bathtub, so you have to be an adult.
Yeah.
773
7 your show. Don't listen to your show them time of night. I must big people it.
Right, that too. So, numbers to call, numbers to text, 773-789-STEW. If you can't get into the chat room on kevinstew.com, feel free. Call me, text me, and let's chat. Worldwide, as many as 1 billion people, with a B, are affected, making migraine the third most prevalent illness in the world. But, like I said, researchers are struggling to understand exactly how and why migraines happen. And to add salt to the wound, making it even more complex. It's not just one type of migraine. You have different types of migraine. And they go from, they have cluster, you have chronic, you have episodic, basilar, hemiplegic, retinal, abdominal migraine. How about that one? Optical, with aura, without aura, status migraneous. Status migraneous. That's interesting.
Wow.
I guess that's the one for the Latin people. Status migraneous. You have transformed menstrual migraines and vestibular migraines. So, outside of the fact of someone saying, boy, I'm having a migraine headache, now you're going to have to find out, okay, what kind of migraine headache are you having? And really and truly, you would think that your migraine is just a headache, right?
Right.
Apparently, it's not. Migraine attacks are typically recurring, and they're of moderate to severe intensity, and many times it happens on one side of your head. So you see people saying that they have a headache, and you don't see them holding their whole forehead or holding their whole head, but they hold one side of the face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are the migraine ones. Along with throbbing, piercing, and burning pain. Other kinds of other common symptoms include nausea, visual disturbances, dizziness, numbness in your extremities or your face. So, I guess it could be mistaken for a stroke. Extreme sensitivity to light, sound, smell, and touch. No, this is no ordinary headache. No ordinary headache is going to cause all those things. An attack may last from as little as a couple of hours to as long as 3 days.
Mm.
And a lot of the times, you have to be in bed in complete darkness and silence. So when you hear people say, I having migraine headaches, just don't call me, don't talk to me, don't, I'm going to go lock up in this place. Believe them, because it's not an easy road. Generally speaking, migraine is thought to be a disorder of your nervous system, your central nervous system, most likely originating in your brainstem. While most brain regions do not register or transmit pain signals, the trigeminal, and I've never heard of this nerve, the trigeminal nerve network does transmit pain signals. Pain is relayed through the trigeminal network to an area in your brainstem called the trigeminal nucleus. Now, from there, it is conveyed to the sensory cortex in your brain that is involved in awareness of pain and other senses. Now, what initially activates your trigeminal nerve to set off your migraine, that is where the researchers are stuck. One hypothesis is that a wave of neurotransmitters racing across your cortex can directly stimulate your trigeminal nerve. setting off a chain reaction that ends in transmitting of pain signals. So, apparently, these neurotransmitters are just dancing around randomly and erratically and overstimulating. Now, in all likelihood, they're saying that there are several mechanisms at play, and the migraine is more common in women than men, as we have found out, and that now you're talking about hormonal links. But let me ask this question, and of course, I don't know if there's anybody listening that can answer it. How about the men who decide that they want to go transgender and are taking hormones to assist this process? Do they develop migraine headaches more frequently when they start doing things like that? I wonder. And I really do hope somebody is listening that has an answer. If you want to even Google it and come back and tell me, I'm fine with it. But I wonder about that. So, what then does a migraine feel like? Sean, I know you can't talk about this at all because you've never had one, or maybe you've had one and just don't know.
Don't. I honestly don't. I've never experienced a headache that lasts longer than a Fensic.
Listen, there are a bunch of people that don't even know what a Fensic is. Is that a period of time? What's a Fensic? You showed your age down a bit.
Sometimes I thought that age now. That man making on.
So you've never had a headache that can last longer than a painkiller? Okay.
No.
All right.
Fortunately, like we said, fortunately.
All right. Let's
But
see
you
if
know,
we can get some help here. Hold on. Let me bring in this caller. Good evening. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So you've had a headache, a migraine headache?
I used to have them for years,
Okay.
and I not really sure when they started or when they went away. I just knew that they were. I literally couldn't function because I would get nauseous. I couldn't eat. My vision was blurry. Um, I had to be in complete silence, in complete darkness, because I was very sensitive to the light and the noise.
Just like what they said.
hmm And mine came with the nausea though, so and I could tell when it was coming on because I knew after having them for several years, I started to realize and keep track of what the symptoms were before they developed into a full blown migraine. And I was on medication for I'm gonna say at least 5 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it was it was never diagnosed as to what caused it or what brought it on.
hmm
And I don't know if it was stress, if it was hormones, whatever it was never diagnosed. And I just got medicine for it. And after having them for so many years, I started to, and started to get the feeling, okay, this is going to be a bad one. And once I started to get those symptoms, if I would take the medication within like 10, 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That helped. But I didn't always have the medication on me. So,
Okay.
sometimes, and I got a couple of them while I was behind the wheel, and I literally had to pull over,
Mm.
get, but I always have either a jacket or a towel in my car. I had to put something over my head and just to get some relief because that's how bad they used to be.
Yeah, that sounds rough.
And I also work with someone who they're transitioning, and she was born female,
Mm-hmm.
and she's transitioning to a male. And I'm not sure why she chose me to tell all her issues to, but she's having a lot of issues. She has, every time you turn around, she has colds, sinus problems, headaches, acne,
Mm.
irritability. It is, yeah, there's just a long list of things. So she never really says whether the headaches are considered to be migraines, but I know she does get quite a few headaches.
But well, I was gonna say, since females get it more than males, and she's transitioning, she should get them less. But at the core of it, she's still female. So,
Yes, and she's been doing this about a year now, so
oh, she's still
the
early yet.
yeah, so it's still early, but and I never really thought about the reason why she was having all these ailments until you said something about the hormonal imbalances.
Mm.
But we have a conversation for tomorrow at work.
Glad I could help. Well, what you could possibly do too is direct her to the site to catch the
Okay.
replay of the show. It will be
Oh,
posted on the
okay. We
site.
can do that.
So uh, that is an option also. Well, thank you for sharing that. Uh, so, what as it relates to headaches, do you still have them now? The migraine headaches, that is.
I don't. I would say no because um, I have cut out a lot of things that I used to eat that I thought may have contributed to it.
Mm,
So I've changed my diet,
yeah.
and I've lowered my stress level somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I don't have stress, but this is good stress
Okay.
that I encounter now more than the bad stuff.
Okay.
I still do get headaches, but very few and far between. And the main symptom that that I had that I knew I was getting a migraine was the nausea,
Mm-hmm.
and then the throbbing behind one of the eyes, and it's the instability, and sometimes it would have symptoms. I don't know. It would mimic like vertigo.
Right. I know what
And
that feels
yeah,
like.
I wouldn't get all of the symptoms at the same time. They would like go in stages. So I haven't had those symptoms in a while. The majority of my headaches now are would be classified as tension headaches,
Okay.
and those I can feel when my shoulders start to go up towards my ears and the tightness in my neck. So I would have to say no, I don't get migraines.
Okay. Cool. So typically, your only headaches you can call by name at this point. All right. Cool.
Yes, I can literally put a name on each of them.
Okay. Good. So that's they're identifiable to you, and
Yes.
I guess you could send them to their room if you need to, or walk away from them. Thank you for sharing. Gotta take a quick little break, and I don't even know where Sean went to. Let's bring him back. Gonna take a quick little break, and when we come back, we talk some more about migraines, looking at what researchers got from surveys to say what they feel like. We've heard this caller describe what they feel like. Now let's hear what the mass population says their migraines feel like. Thank you very much. We'll be taking a quick little break, and then we'll be right back. Sean, welcome back. We're taking a break.
Pulsey Media Group, innovative streaming and recording, has done it again. A new way to get your business in full view of your neighborhood consumer through AdShare TV. It's available in your neighborhood today. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. Become a host today and place a TV monitor in a strategic location so it's easy to see. Get a 1-minute video ad or longer that plays anywhere in our network. Can't be a host? No problem. For a few dollars, we'll run your 30-second video ad. A host can run announcement specials like buy one get one free or discount ads. Let's turn your flyers into a 30-second video with music or a voiceover, or let us create and run your video ad with a spokesperson. Take advantage of our early enrollment discount. Join us today. Your ad will be seen at least 30 times per day in your AdShare TV neighborhood. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. AdShare TV, part of Pulsey Media Group.
Kiwanis Club of Greater Sunrise in Broward presents the 3rd annual scholarship fundraising event, Moments in Time. This year, it's a Father's Day edition. A dinner dance with live entertainment featuring Scotch Bonnet Band, the comedic stylings of Reverend St. Hope, fashion show put on by Simply Tea Fashion and Harold's Fine Fashion, hosted by me, Sir Rockwell, taking place on Sunday, June 17th at the Banquet Hall, 8062 West McNabb Road in North Lauderdale, in the Broward Meat Plaza. Doors open at 4 p.m. Showtime 5 p.m. sharp. Dinner served at 6 p.m. For ticket information, call 754-304-8135 or 954-627-4354 or purchase your ticket online at eventbrite.com. Pre-sold tickets $55, $65 at the door. Children's and table prices available. So come celebrate the father in your life on Sunday, June 17th at the Banquet Hall, 8062 West McNabb Road. Brought to you by the Kiwanis Club of Greater Sunrise in Broward. Sponsored by Baird Case, Vision Electric, The Lady Song Show, and RockTheBox.net.
We're off to an early start for a long hot summer, but beat the heat with a dash of lemongrass refresher. This cool thirst quencher is a low sugar beverage made from the fevergrass plant, which has antioxidants, several wellness properties, and is a great lifestyle drink for all ages. Ah, that hits the spot. It's a new great taste. Have one today. Dash Lemongrass Refresher, distributed by Carib Atlantic Distributors. Call 954-614-0919. That's 954-614-0919. Life's a dash. Live well.
The award-winning Palace Peace and Love Academic Scholarship is appealing for your support to help educate one student at a time in Jamaica and the Caribbean.
Palace awarded 492 scholarships and several computers to university and high school students in Jamaica and the Caribbean over the past 7 years, valued at approximately 33 million Jamaican dollars, $250,000 US.
Importantly, our university graduates to date include 15 medical doctors, 10 lawyers, 6 engineers, and 15 fine arts students. Our goal is to award at least 105 scholarships in 2018.
Please Partner with us to make this a reality for those well-deserving, hard-working students by making a tax-deductible donation online at www.palace1.org
or send a check to Palace, P.O. Box 5461, Alpharetta, Georgia 30023 USA, or telephone 770-744-2154.
Palace, preserving young minds for posterity.
TMC Music presents the highly anticipated, much talked about The Juggling Rhythm Volume 1. This classic rhythm takes on a new life with tracks from both established artists and introduces some incredible new voices. Get your dancing shoes ready with The Juggling Rhythm, featuring international reggae dancehall artist Mr. Vegas, alongside Ian Sweetness, Ed Robinson, Jack Radix, Hezron, Dangling, Joanna Marie featuring Galaxy P, Danny Ranks featuring Jawiz, Ambalik, Christine Alicia, Yishka. Also the new sensations of the rhythm: Zeal, Danger Lee, Marquis Skelenar, Zachary. Available on all digital media outlets. The Juggling Rhythm. Get it, get it, get it.
Hey Dad, how do you throw a curveball? How do you build a fort? How do refrigerators run? How do fish learn how to swim?
Kids ask a lot of questions.
How high can you jump?
But you don't have to know every answer.
How many phone numbers are there?
Because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent.
How do cell phones work?
There are thousands of children in foster care who don't need every question answered.
What's electricity?
They just need you.
What's the moon made of?
For more information on how you can adopt, go to adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Yes. A Carmantino, I'm making notes right now. You are locked in to DJ Kevin Stew on the night shift.
Yo, turn my mic up real quick. Turn it up. Everybody wants to be delivered, be forgiven. It's so easy. All you gotta do is trust in Jesus and be a believer, and know that He sees and He's pleased when you're falling to your knees. Know your life will be a breeze. Just let go, never fear. God is here, no more pain you'll have to bear, and He'll wipe away your tears. So you know. They say under the blood, say you're covered. Hope you know everywhere you go, say you're covered by the blood. And when you're walking, you have to let the world know. Day or night, say you're covered by the blood. Say under the blood, say you're covered. Hope you know everywhere you go, say you're covered by the blood. And when you're walking, you have to let the world know. Day or night, say you're covered by the blood. Can't save ya. See me God, you can't walk over. And even though me no deserve no redeemer, Him still a cover me with peace and favor. Say me no serve no pure savior. See me God, you can't walk over. And even though me no deserve no redeemer, Him still a cover me with peace and favor. Papa Jesus say under the blood, say you're covered. Hope you know everywhere you go, say you're covered by the blood. And when you're walking, you have to let the
I want to welcome you back to the show.
Say you're covered by the blood. Under the blood, say you're covered.
This is on Dale Brown and Truth.
Say you're covered by the blood. And when you're walking,
the video is out for this one. Go ahead and check it out.
Say you're covered by the blood.
The track is called Covered.
See me God, you can't walk over. And even though me no deserve no redeemer, Him still a cover me with.
For those asking, Pia is actually a word. It means mediocre.
Oh, say you're covered by the blood. And when you're walking, you have to let the world know. Day or night, say you're covered.
Go ahead. You can go use it. You're covered. Alright, so this segment of the show is brought to you courtesy of GMAT Music Solutions, bringing music to life. You want to go ahead and JTMC. Oh, sorry. That's for another. That's for later. I just had a moment there, a senior moment. 754-307 GMAT gets you in touch with GMAT Music Solutions. Bringing music to life. 754-307-4622. Alright, so migraine. The question is asked, what does a migraine feel like? And we heard a caller earlier telling us what it felt like to her. So, could it feel like something else to others? Well, when some people who suffered from migraines were asked, they gave some answers. And those answers included responses like, my head feels like it's in a vice. Triggers often include stress, weather changes, physical exertion, lack of sleep, and or eating the wrong foods. Sound familiar? Artificial sweeteners such as aspartame are also known to commonly trigger migraine. MSG has been known to trigger migraine also. Doctors suggest keeping a food diary. I meant to ask the caller if she had started, but she said she wrote down certain things, so I guess she was keeping a journal of some sort. Doctors suggest keeping a food diary to track the emergence of symptoms to pin down certain food triggers. You could do the same for weather and stress if you believe these factors also play a part. One other person says it feels like a light fixture starts to go out. How does that feel when a light fixture starts to go out? This patient is describing the effects of ocular migraine, the onset of which often starts with the flickering or flashing light phenomena. Oh, that makes sense. Or zigzagging lines in the peripheral vision, which can eventually take over the entire field of vision. Now that must be scary. These visual disturbances are referred to as an aura. Other common auras include blind spots, blurry or wavy, or kaleidoscope vision. That's kind of funky. Auras can also involve other senses. As an example, you may experience tingling or numbness, which is known as paresthesia. Or you may have aphasia, trouble speaking, aphasia, depending on who you are. There are auditory hallucinations, or smelling something that isn't there. That's scary. Among the things that are scary, yeah, you smell things that are not there. That leaves you alone in that little boat. Row, row, row your solo boat. So now people are going to start thinking that you're crazy. Approximately 1/4 of all migraines are accompanied by aura, which is thought to be caused by a chemical or electrical wave in the brain region that processes sensory signals. So all kind of funky things going on inside your head. Not cool. Quite scary. Not cool. Another person says, it's like I've been staring at the sun. Oftentimes, the entire head from the neck up can feel overworked, battered and bruised, or like your brain has been pounded with a hammer. Post symptoms can also include a stiff neck for up to a day after the headache subsides. No, that's a long headache. That's a long time for symptoms to continue after you've had the headache. One person says, it feels like I'm on a ship during a storm. Now, if you've never been on a ship during a storm, I'm not too sure how you know how that feels, but I guess looking on, watching TV, you could get an idea. Nausea and a feeling of being in motion is also common. Now, there are some migraines that may indicate a more serious issue. One long held theory was that a migraine is caused by vascular changes in your brain, from initial blood vessel constriction to a drop in blood flow. And this is usually followed by a dilation and stretching of blood vessels, which activates pain signaling neurons. Newer studies have negated this theory. So that was an old theory, which seemed to hold some kind of water. But newer studies now say, well, researchers have determined migraines are not actually preceded by constriction and decrease in blood flow, but rather by a blood flow increase of nearly 300%. Now, despite that, circulation appears normal or even slightly reduced once the attack is in full swing. So, what's going on here then? One small observational study found that migraineurs, if you want to call them that, migraine sufferers tend to have a different blood vessel structure in their brains compared to those who do not get migraines. No, we could be onto something here. A different blood vessel structure. How does one get that? It just happens randomly? Using magnetic resonance angiography, the researchers examined the structure of blood vessels and the changes in cerebral blood flow, focusing on a system of arteries that deliver blood to the brain called Circle of Willis. Cool. I remember learning about that in biology. So I'm fine with that. They found that an incomplete circle of Willis was significantly more common in those who get migraines, whether it be with or without aura, compared to a control group, 73% and 67% versus 51% respectively. Now, as a result, compared to those with a complete circle of Willis, those with an incomplete circle had greater asymmetry in hemispheric cerebral blood flow. According to one study of the authors, according to one of the authors of the study, Dr. John Detry, and he's a professor of neurology and radiology, he says abnormalities in both the circle of Willis and blood flow were most prominent in the back of the brain, where the visual cortex is located. This may help explain why the most common migraine auras consist of visual symptoms, such as seeing distortion, spots, or wavy lines. Cool. Alright. Makes sense. Interestingly, more recent research suggests migraines, primarily migraines without aura, may even be caused by a tear in your neck artery. Really? But something like that could also increase your risk of stroke. So people who have migraines may also have an increased risk of stroke. That's even more concerning. Compared to people who had migraine with aura, those without aura were 1.7 times more likely to have an arterial tear. Okay. Now, arterial tears are also known as arterial dissections. Arterial dissection and stroke was also more likely in men and those under the age of 39. So, when you see people in their 30s getting stroke and they have a history of migraines, now researchers are putting two and two together and finding a connection. Overall, they're saying your probability of having this problem is very low, but it may be worth getting it checked out if you fall into a high risk category. Now, nutritional deficiencies can contribute to or cause a number of different health problems, including migraines. And America's pharmacist, Susie Cohen, mentions some drug-free solutions for migraine and headache relief, including, and yes, I did say drug-free, including nutritional supplements, nutrients of particular importance being vitamin D, magnesium, coenzyme Q10, CoQ10, and riboflavin, vitamin B2. And deficiencies in one or more of these are typically quite common, so you want to supplement well. In a migraine study involving more than 7,400 children, teens, and young adults, 16 to 51% of participants had below average levels of vitamins depending on the vitamin tested. 16 to 51%. Those suffering from chronic migraines were overall more likely to have CoQ10 and riboflavin deficiency compared to those with episodic migraines. So, the type of migraine that you have could be directly linked to a vitamin deficiency. So, we're not eating right, and we're not getting proper nutrients. So, that only means that the generation that is coming up now would probably have more incidences of migraines than a generation of individuals in, let's say, 20, 30 years ago. That's just my thinking based on the information, right? Again, 773-789-STEW gets you in touch. If you choose to use other methods, of course, there is the chat room, kevinstew.com. Unfortunately, and you don't really like to go with things that are unfortunate, but unfortunately, many of the patients who were in the study were prescribed preventative therapy, and too few were given supplements alone for the researchers to determine if supplementation was enough to actually prevent migraines. But other research suggests that they can. As an example, research using vitamin D supplementation demonstrated a reduction in C-reactive protein, CRP, and a statistically significant reduction in headache frequency. Cool. So then it works. Another more recent study by Finnish researchers, not the ones that complete researches, the ones from Finland, they found that men with the lowest vitamin D levels were twice as likely to suffer from frequent headaches than those with highest levels. Okay. More proof. Let's go with this. Overall, the lower the men's blood level of vitamin D, the more frequent their headaches. Those with a vitamin D blood level of 15.3 nanograms per milliliter or lower typically had one or more headaches a week, while those with a level of 16 nanograms per milliliter or lower reported up to 7 headaches per week. See the trend here? Ideally, your vitamin D level should be in the 40 to 60 nanogram per milliliter range. So both of these groups were severely deficient. Deming Headlight reported that the researchers theorized that vitamin D has anti-inflammatory properties that prevent swelling in the sensory neurons and the microglial cells in the brain, and is essential for proper brain function. In the study information, they also note that previous studies show vitamin D prevents musculoskeletal pain, a major cause of tension headaches. Connect the dots. This is just vitamins. According to research presented in the 50th annual meeting of the American Headache Society, didn't know there was such a society, but there's a group for everything, right? And this was in 2010. Nearly 42% of patients with chronic migraine were deficient in vitamin D. 42%. I don't know what kind of percentage it would be right now. The study also showed that the younger you suffered from chronic migraines, the more likely you are to be vitamin D deficient. Go get some sun. That helps with vitamin D deficiency. Is that too much to ask for, some sun? Go out there and play. What do you have to lose? Time? Come on. So, we're going to take another quick little break. And we come back and we'll talk some more about migraines and some of the treatments that are possible. Some of the causes, some of the treatments. We're talking migraines. Not much information is out there about it, but we're going to present what we can, right? 773-789-STEW gets you in touch. Call a friend, tell a friend. You love the way the sun feels on your skin? I'm pretty sure you do. Put you outside. Maybe you should be outside. We're gonna work on that for you, okay, 281? We're gonna work on that for you. We're gonna take a quick little break. When we come back, we talk some more. Matthew 28:19 says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations." With this in mind, and encouragement received during a South Florida media conference, The Church Links was birthed. The Church Links is an interdenominational worship service portal for churches, providing the tools to spread the word through technology in a cost-effective way. The Church Links, www.dahchurchlinx.com. Your links to worship and praise.
I'm in almost every school bus and classroom. You see me around the neighborhood and you tell me that I'm a pretty good kid. Well, I'm one out of every 5 children in America, and I'm struggling with hunger.
Please visit feedingamerica.org today and find your local food bank for ways to help.
Every dollar you donate helps provide 8 meals for kids like me. We are Feeding America, brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
JTMC Music presents the highly anticipated, much talked about, The Juggling Rhythm Volume 1. This classic rhythm takes on a new life with tracks from both established artists and introduces some incredible new voices. Get your dancing shoes ready with The Juggling Rhythm, featuring international reggae dancehall artist Mr. Vegas, alongside Ian Sweetness, Ed Robinson, Jack Radix, Hezron, Dangling, Joanna Marie featuring Galaxy P, Denny Rants featuring Jawiz, Ambalik, Christine Alicia, Yishka. Also the new sensations on the rhythm: Zeal, Danger Lee, Marquis Skelenar, Zachary. Available on all digital media outlets. The Juggling Rhythm. Get it, get it, get it.
The award-winning Palace Peace and Love Academic Scholarship is appealing for your support to help educate one student at a time in Jamaica and the Caribbean.
Palace awarded 492 scholarships and several computers to university and high school students in Jamaica and the Caribbean over the past 7 years, valued at approximately 33 million Jamaican dollars, $250,000 US.
Importantly, our university graduates to date include 15 medical doctors, 10 lawyers, 6 engineers, and 15 fine arts students. Our goal is to award at least 105 scholarships in 2018.
Please partner with us to make this a reality for those well-deserving, hard-working students by making a tax-deductible donation online at www.palace1.org
or send a check to Palace, P.O. Box 5461, Alpharetta, Georgia 30023 USA, or telephone 770-744-2154.
Palace, preserving young minds for posterity.
Hey, I'm representing for DJ Kevin Stew, working on the night shift radio show. Won't go changing like the weather, just to please the devil never. Will DJ Kevin Stew sell his soul? That's a word and honor. It's Christine representing word and honor. Selassie DJ Kevin Stew.
Best friend, that's what you call me. I'm always here for you, baby. You can call me anytime, any minute, any hour. Just know, girl, I'll make time for you, 'cause you're special and you're always on my mind. I can see that you're not happy. There's something missing in your life. He says he wants you to have his children, obviously doesn't want you to be his wife. You said that I'm your best friend and I'm honored to be the one in your corner. But temptation is getting the better of me as my feelings for you get stronger. You said that I'm your best friend and I'm honored to be closer than a brother. But I really don't know if I can keep this up much longer. You keep thinking you can change it, but you're just a prisoner of love. You're complaining but you refuse to tell yourself that enough is enough. You said your life needs rearranging and you want to get closer to me. Well, you've got to make your decision, 'cause I don't wanna be a victim of jealousy. You said that I'm your best friend and I'm honored to be the one in your corner. But temptation is getting the better of me as my feelings for you get stronger. You said that I'm your best friend and I'm honored to be closer than a brother. But I really don't know if I can keep this up much longer. You said it's like a roommate, ain't nothing going on. Why punish yourself and keep holding on? You deserve to be loved and comforted, someone to keep you warm. You said that I'm your best friend and I'm honored to be the one in your corner. But temptation is getting the better of me as my feelings for you get stronger. You said that I'm your best friend and I'm honored to be closer than a brother. But I really don't know if I can keep this up much longer. You can call me anytime, any minute, anyhow.
The sound of Hopeton Lindo.
Girl, I'll make time for you, 'cause you're special and you're always on my mind. I can see that you're
track called Your Best Friend.
There's something missing in your life. He wants you to have it.
Doing really well for Hopetown right now.
Wants you to be his wife. You said it's like a roommate. Ain't nothing going on. Why punish yourself and keep holding on? You deserve to be loved and comforted. Someone to keep you warm. You say that I'm your best friend and I'm honored to be the one in your corner. But temptation is getting the better of me as my feelings for you get stronger. You say that I'm your best friend and I'm honored to be closer than a brother. But I really don't know if I can keep.
This segment is brought to you courtesy of JTMC Enterprise. I want to thank you, Joanna Marie and crew, for your help and support. For those of you tuning in on kevinstew.com and PEMG TV, are you getting some issues there? I'm seeing some signals here that look kind of funny and funky. I don't know what's happening. Just go ahead and shoot me a message. Let me know if everything is straight with your broadcast. Okay. So, magnesium. Talking more with vitamins and minerals. Magnesium, which can affect both serotonin. Okay. So the video is frozen. How is the audio? So the audio is straight and the video is frozen. Interesting. Strange things are happening. So strange. All right, we'll see what's going on there. Let's see if anything changes. Any changes? Yes, no, maybe so. You're listening on TuneIn? Okay, cool. All right. Let's just go ahead and refresh our browsers if you're tuning on kevinstew.com. Just go ahead and refresh your browser and let's see what's happening. Okay. Thank you, 281, for the update. Anything now? Can you hear me now? So, magnesium. This can affect both serotonin receptor function and the production of and the use of neurotransmitters. And has also been shown to play an important role in the prevention and treatment of migraines. And migraine sufferers are more likely to suffer from magnesium deficiency than non-migraine sufferers. For those of you just tuning in, we're talking about migraines tonight on Healthy Love. And the fact that a lot of information isn't known. Everything is fine now. Okay, great. Thank you, 281. Not a lot is known about causes of migraines, but they're realizing certain things are triggers and certain things are blockers when it comes to actual migraines. Researchers theorize that migraine sufferers may develop magnesium deficiency from a variety of reasons, including poor absorption, renal wasting, increased exertion due to stress, or low nutritional intake. Again, going back to nutrition, best form of getting certain elements into the body. Since magnesium administration is both easy and safe, researchers have noted that empiric treatment with a magnesium supplement is justified for all migraine sufferers. As a prophylactic, be prepared to boost your magnesium intake for at least 3 months to experience results. And ideally, you want to combine that with CoQ10. In many cases, receiving both a high dose of magnesium receiving a high dose, not both, but receiving a high dose of magnesium can also abort an attack in progress. So if you're in the process of getting a migraine headache and you boost up on magnesium, you could be just cutting it off at the ankles. The most effective way to administer magnesium for migraine would be to get an IV infusion, an intravenous infusion. So you're going to get a needle. Those of you who are not fond of needles, sorry. Barring that option though, magnesium threonate may be your best option for an oral supplement. It has superior absorbability compared to other forms of magnesium, and since its ability to cross the blood-brain barrier makes it more likely to have a beneficial effect on your brain. Now, we mentioned B vitamins also, your CoQ10. So, besides, riboflavin, besides CoQ10 and magnesium and vitamin D, other vitamin deficiencies are also linked to migraines. And these include your riboflavin, your B6, your B12, and your folic acid. In a 2009 study, there was it evaluated the effect of 2 milligrams of folic acid, 25 milligrams of vitamin B6, and 400 micrograms of vitamin B12 in 52 patients. And these 52 patients were diagnosed with migraine with aura. Now, compared to the placebo group, those receiving these supplements experienced a 50% reduction in migraine disability over a 6-month period. Previous studies have also reported that high doses of riboflavin can help prevent migraine attacks. For example, in one study, patients who received 400 milligrams of riboflavin per day experienced a 50% reduction in migraine frequency after 3 months. So, what are you waiting for? Although supplements are convenient, it's important that you get as many nutrients from your diet as possible. We're constantly talking about, on this show, getting as much of your nutrients from your diet as you can, which means a lot of consumption of your foods as close to its natural state as you can. So your body, as we have been learning, can metabolize and absorb vitamins and minerals from your diet more effectively and efficiently than from a lot of the supplements that are available. In addition to adding foods rich in magnesium, riboflavin, and CoQ10 to your diet, look for organic grass-fed products to reduce your exposure to toxins and additional stressors. As for vitamin D, sensible sun exposure is your best bet. If you opt for vitamin D3 supplement, be sure to increase your vitamin K2 and magnesium as well. Recently, I was introduced to ghee. And have you ever had ghee? Ghee. It is a raw butter. And I think it's great. For one, it doesn't have to be refrigerated. I typically have raw coconut oil as a part of my breakfast in the morning. And yes, I did say breakfast in the morning because there are people who have breakfast at other times of the day, as we have realized on this show. So thank you very much. But this is a mixture of organic coconut oil and ghee. And I was like, this is nice and healthy. So, just something to consider. You might want to add that to your diet if you're not currently doing it. If you don't know anything about it, no, you just learned something about it. Go do your own research. Don't take my word for it. Go ahead and do your research. So, foods rich in magnesium. These include your dark leafy greens, your nuts and seeds, wild Alaskan salmon. Remember now, if it doesn't say wild Alaskan salmon on the packaging, it isn't. If it just says Alaskan salmon, it's farm raised. I'm just saying. Avocados, bananas, yogurt made from organic and or grass-fed milk with no added sugars. Important. Foods rich in riboflavin, spinach, which is the same as your green leafy vegetables, right? Yeah. Not romaine lettuce, not right now. Spinach, beet greens, tempeh, crimini mushrooms, pastured eggs, asparagus. Not pasteurized, but pastured. Foods rich in CoQ10, grass-fed beef, herring. Oh, I haven't had herring in forever. I would love to get my lips on some herring. I would. Any of you who have a source for some good herring, please. 773-789-STEW. Just shoot me a text and just point me in the right direction. Please. Beg you. Organic pastured chicken, sesame seeds, broccoli, cauliflower. That's food rich in CoQ10. Now, the fact that nutritional deficiencies worsen migraine and supplementation can ease it, that now lends support to the theory. Here we go. There's a theory that migraines are a mitochondrial disorder. Now, those of you who did biology or studied cells at any point in time would know that the mitochondria is a powerhouse of the cells. I remember that from my biology class. Ubiquinol, the reduced form of CoQ10, plays a vital role in ATP production. ATP is the basic fuel for your mitochondria. Now, your body produces ubiquinol naturally. In fact, it is the predominant form in most healthy cells, tissues, and organs. But with rampant pollution and poor diet, mitochondrial dysfunction has been increasingly common, warranting supplementation with either ubiquinol or CoQ10. One study in the journal Neurology found that CoQ10 was superior to a placebo in preventing migraines and reducing severity. Of the patients who received 100 milligrams of CoQ10 3 times a day, 50% reported significantly reduced frequency of headaches compared to only 14% of those who took the placebo. 50. Other research has shown that ubiquinol is far more effective than CoQ10 due to its superior bioavailability. So, while it may cost more, you get better results. So, it's either you pay it on the front end or you pay it on the back end. Either way, you're going to end up paying it. Now, with that said, while ubiquinol may be beneficial for long-term migraine relief, you really need to address your diet in a more comprehensive way. One of the most effective strategies to optimize your mitochondrial function is nutritional ketosis. And you may want to also address a ketogenic diet. you might want to look into that. And this is especially if you struggle with suffer with migraines. The Migraine Relief Center says the links between diet and migraine are well established. They said most migraine sufferers recognize certain foods that either trigger or make an episode worse. The ketogenic diet has been found to have a beneficial effect for some migraine patients, and research into how this diet works provides interesting links to migraine causes that may encourage sufferers to experiment. Ketones are produced when the body burns fat for energy instead of carbohydrates, your sugars, the glucose. Now, a ketogenic diet is low in carbohydrates. Anti-seizure medications, originally intended for those with epilepsy, this is prescribed to migraine sufferers. These medications typically block glutamate, which is a neurotransmitter, high concentrations of which are found in both migraine and epilepsy patients. Connect the dots. As ketones block high concentrations of glutamate, a ketogenic diet can have a beneficial effect for migraine sufferers. Simple science. They do the hard stuff and run the experiments and jot down the information. We do the easy stuff and recognize it. This now is another reason to consider picking up a copy of this book, Fat for Fuel. Check it out, research it. In fact, try to do your own research on how to burn your fat for fuel, whether it is the fat that you eat or the fat that you've already stored. Get rid of that. It's beneficial. Can only help. So when you do that too, it generates ketones, and that helps to improve mitochondrial function. Combine that with some CoQ10 and boom, 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 you off to the races. But there are other biohacks to improve the condition as well, and these include exercise, cold thermogenesis, infrared light, and optimally cycling your eating between feasts and fasts. Hey, if you can get into the dieting thing and do it right, think about it. Burning fat for fuel. Yeah, cool. Keeping your mitochondria functioning at its highest level will not only prevent migraines, but also, get this, cancer, heart disease, and neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's, ALS, and Parkinson's. Just for dealing with a headache, you get these other benefits. So, what do you want to do? Things like avoiding some triggers. If you take tryptamine-based drugs, and these bind serotonin receptors, they bind to serotonin receptors to constrict your cranial blood vessels. If you take those, but your pain is not due to engorged blood vessels, then constricting them, well, that can cause problems because they're not swollen. Serious cardiovascular events, including heart attack and stroke, are side effects of these drugs. Why? Constricted blood vessels. Only makes sense. Your best bet is to try to pin down the root causes of your migraine. Start a journal. Your first step would be to avoid potential triggers. And while there are many, you keep that journal and you can narrow them down. Food and drink, especially wheat and gluten, dairy, cane sugar, yeast, corn, citrus, eggs, artificial preservatives, or chemical additives, cured or processed meats, alcohol, especially red wine and beer, aspartame, caffeine, and MSG are some triggers. Allergies, including food allergies and food sensitivities and chemical sensitivities. Research published in the journal Lancet back in 1979 showed migraine sufferers with food antigen immunoreactivity experienced profound relief when put on an elimination diet. Another randomized double-blind crossover study published in 2010 found that a 6-week-long diet restriction produced a statistically significant reduction in migraines in those diagnosed with migraine without aura. So if you suspect you have a food allergy, well, keeping in mind that depending on your typical migraine frequency, you may need to avoid suspected foods for a week at least in order to evaluate whether it had an effect or not. And to confirm the results, reintroduce that food or that drink on an empty stomach. Now, if the suspected food is a culprit, you should be able to feel the results within an hour. Although migraines can sometimes have a longer time lag, but you'll feel it. Oh, longer than what? And bloating and drowsiness. Hormones. Looking at some triggers. Hormones. Some women experience migraines before or during their periods, during pregnancy, or during menopause. Others may get migraines from hormonal medications like birth control pills or hormone replacement therapy. So, our caller with a co-worker doing hormonal treatment transition, yeah, you might want to seriously look into that. Then there are your external stimuli, bright lights, fluorescent lights, loud noises, strong smells, even if they are pleasant, strong smells. These can trigger or exacerbate a migraine. Blue light in particular can be problematic. Many digital devices and LED light sources emit mostly blue light. I have on my computers, I have a program that reduces blue light as you get into the nighttime. Again, blue light also affects your sleep rhythm. So you see how many things that blue light can, it all has to do with your optic nerves and sending receptors to your receptors in the brain and signals. We've talked about this before, but go ahead and do your research on it if you doubt me. Research has found that this light increases your migraine pain and activates your trigeminal nerve associated with the pain of migraines. Meanwhile, green light may help ease migraine pain and photosensitivity. Do I have anything with a green light? No, I don't. Maybe I need to look into that. I usually go for orange light or red light, something close to natural light. Changes in your sleep cycle, too much or too little. Stress or post-stress, any kind of emotional trauma, these can trigger your migraines. And it even can happen after the stress has passed. Dehydration or hunger, physical exertion, and weather changes or changes in altitude, these things can all trigger migraines. So watch your diet, exercise, get in your nutrients, look for your triggers, stay away from them as best you can. And that should take care of some of your migraine issues, whether it is to reduce it from abstinence or to reduce it from adding to your nutrient levels. But you should be able to make a difference just by paying attention to what you're doing with your body. Yeah? Make sense? I think so. Alright, we're going to take one more break. Real quick. And then we're going to jump into our musical therapy. Sound like a plan? I think it sounds like a plan. And I think that's a good plan. So, we'll be back right after these messages.
We handle your graphic design, writing services. Are you crazy about the music industry? You aspire to hit it big in music? Or maybe you've sweated out a soulful killer beat and are now stuck finding it's not as easy as it looked. Oh, but it can be easy for you with JTMC. We've been there. We know how it feels. So we solve challenges like production, promotion, marketing, branding and development, and more. With over 30 years of experience, JTMC is a one-stop shop for artists. We handle your graphic design, writing services, PR, as well as event planning, e-blasts, artist management, and bookings, so also your website and social media needs as well. We're experts in using creativity to persuade audiences on behalf of artists, drawing on our diverse experience to create projects that connect with audiences intellectually and emotionally. Artist success is everything to us, and our years of experience and commitment will be behind you for every one of your needs. If you've got music for the world to hear, whether you're a new or established artist, visit us at jtmcenterprise.com.
Yes. Akar Mantino, I'm making notes right now. You are locked in to DJ Kevin Stew on the night shift.
Off my island, yeah. Listen, when I met this girl last summer, had the prettiest thing, beautiful smile with the prettiest skin. She was looking for a place to vacation. Me say my home is a great destination. I said, would you agree to take that vacation with someone like me? I know the perfect place you can be free, baby. Let's do it in Jamaica, where the summer sun is always shining. Happy people always smiling, you'll see. Let's do it in Jamaica, the nicest place to get away. And we have summer every day, trust me. Let's do it in Jamaica.
New music coming at you from Korik. And this one is called Let's Do It in Jamaica.
Love off my island, yeah. Listen, when I met this girl last summer, had the prettiest thing, beautiful smile with the prettiest skin. She was looking for a place to vacation. Me say my home is a great destination. I said, would you agree to take that vacation with someone like me? I know the perfect place you can be free, baby. Let's do it in Jamaica, where the summer sun is always shining. Happy people always smiling, you'll see. Let's do it in Jamaica, the nicest place to get away. And we have summer every day, trust me. whatever you want, whatever you need, it's alright with me. Even if you want to try on the trees, baby, let's do it in Jamaica, where the summer sun is always shining, happy people always smiling. You see, let's do it in Jamaica, the perfect place to get away, and we have summer every day. Trust me, let's do it in Jamaica. If you feel like party with me, let me make it real easy. You just need to get up and shake off your troubles and smile with me. Relax for a while with me, enjoy the island breeze, baby. Let's do it in Jamaica, where the summer sun is always shining, happy people always smiling. You'll see, let's do it in Jamaica, the nicest place to get away, and we have summer every day. Trust me, let's do it in Jamaica.
This song is actually Coric's entry in the festival competition.
So let me ask you again, girl, would you agree?
I think this song has a shot. What do you say?
I know the perfect place you can be free, baby. Come with me to Jamaica, where the summer sun is always shining, happy people always smiling. You see, let's do it in Jamaica, the nicest place to get away, and we have summer every day. Trust me, let's do it in Jamaica, where the summer sun is always shining, happy people always smiling. You see, let's do it in Jamaica, perfect place to get away, and we have summer every day. Trust me, let's do it in Jamaica, out of the ghetto, believe in your dreams, believe you and me, don't let go. We're living it up, we're having a good time, baby. I was born uptown, now the ghetto tree, now ain't life crazy. Daddy made it out of the ghetto. Believe in your dreams, believe you and me, don't let go. We're living it up, we're having a good time, baby. I was born uptown, now the ghetto tree, now don't be lazy. Trenchtown have a grandson, growing up to be somebody. Gang to the zilly, I'm a flow phenomenally. I am the kind of thing that doesn't happen normally. I'm a one in a zillion. Yo doggy, if you want some good life finally, perhaps change your nighttime hobby. Come out of the old crime lobby and benefit from your wisdom. Me a go and live it up, life is better than great. Every other day me boss a dozen dub plate. Put in our hustle, we no sit down and wait. Tough up with no muscle, now it's never too late. They go and celebrate in a rich people place. The liquor rasta man from Trenchtown fly the gate. With food in a plate and drinks in a crate, we sing till the neighbor them wait. And I made it out of the ghetto. Believe in your dreams, believe you and me, don't let go. We're living it up, we're having a good time, baby. I was born uptown, now the ghetto tree, now ain't life crazy. Daddy made it out of the ghetto. Believe in your dreams, believe you and me, don't let go. We're living it up, we're having a good time, baby.
Coric's song makes you want to travel.
The ghetto tree, now
I really like it too. I get that feeling too.
Uptown Jamaica, born and raised on the playground is where I spend most of my days. Burning Babylon and them dirty ways, while watching all the rich kids gone astray. Uptown Jamaica, born and raised on the playground is where I spend most of my days. Big city life, Kingston and Mopey. And if you think me sell out, tell them ain't no way. So, live it up, Trenchtown to Rima, Riverton, Southside to Jungle, Sherlock, Garden to Spanglers, Inland, 3 Mile to Baku, Portmore, Seaview, Spanish Town, 9 Mile, Brownstown to Flankers, Falmouth, Westside, Orange Hill. But I made it out of the ghetto. Believe in your dreams, believe you and me, don't let go. We're living it up, we're having a good time, baby. I was born uptown, now the ghetto tree, now ain't life crazy. Daddy made it out of the ghetto.
This is honorable.
Watch how she look at, look on her body.
Track called Lots of Love.
Watch how she wind up, watch how she wind up. That girl they look good, that girl they look good. Watch
Before that, we heard from Damian Marley. Living It Up.
Shine brighter than the brightest bulb. Your body tight like the tightest glove, and your thing turn up louder than the hypest clubs. No man no one check for them legal. Them like don't quick to ride in a vehicle. If some of them are show you, I one thing you get from the majority. Look on her body, look on her body. Watch how she wind up, watch how she wind up. That girl they look good, that girl they look good. Watch how she look at, watch how she look at. Look on her body, look on her body. Watch how she wind up, watch how she wind up. That girl they look good, that girl they look good. Watch how she look at, watch how she act for the figure. Lots and lots and lots, lots of love, lots and love, love, no be sure. Lots and lots and lots, lots of love, lots and love, love, no figure. Lots and lots and lots, lots of love, lots and love, love, no be sure. Lots and lots and lots, lots of love, lots and love, love.
I mean, she want to touch her. Things and take her on the world, but I mean, she want to touch her.
This is on a Bingy Blaze.
I mean, she want to touch her. A Rasta she want, a Rasta she want to touch.
It's called Rasta Touch.
So I touch her in the morning, touch her in the evening. Good loving from the Rasta man she receiving. Loyal empress, I me know she no deceiving. She a blaze, movie is fine, dinner is fine, but right now she need to unwind. It's touching time. She tell me say a touching time. So my come in house and money and vehicle. I mean she want to touch her. So my buy her fancy things and take her on the world, but I mean she want to touch her. When me touch it's like rain a fall. I mean she want to touch her. A Rasta she want to touch her. A blaze, she feel like she wanna fly. She never yet been so high. She's in love, she cannot deny. Oh me, oh my, oh me, oh my. Rasta I give her more than text. Stimulate her mind, body, soul, intellect. Take her to some place that she never been yet. Seen some things that she never seen yet. She say me want you bingy trust me. She say me need you bingy touch me. She say me want you bingy trust me. She say me need you bingy touch me. So I come with house and money and vehicle. I mean she want to touch her. So I buy her fancy things and take her on the world. But I mean she want to touch her. When me touch it's like rain a fall. I mean she want to touch her. A Rasta she want to touch her, touch her, touch her.
Girl, you got the moves, you got the juice, you got the flavor, got the sauce on it. Anywhere you wanna go, just say the word and you know I'ma take you there. You need somebody to remind you. If you feel lost, I will find you.
This is the sound of King Charles. It's called Juice.
No time, change your life. You and I will chase the skies and no limit. If you want to, you can be my queen and I will be your king forever. If you want to, you can be my queen and I will be your king forever. Oh yeah. Girl, you got the moves, you got the juice, you got the flavor, got the sauce on it. Anywhere you wanna go, just say the word and you know I'ma take you there. Oh yeah. You need somebody to remind you. If you lost, I will find you. Oh, I just wanna make you mine. So if you want to, you can be my queen and I will be your king forever. If you want to, you can be my queen and I will be your king forever.
sound of King Charles. It's called Juice. Now I have some new music coming to you from Mr. Vegas. And yeah, I know it. You kind of expect new music from Mr. Vegas all the time. 10 minutes to the top of the hour. Changing the vibe around just a little bit. Mr. Vegas released this song today. And the video came out. He did the video before releasing the song. He did the video last week. This song was released today. It's called Colorism.
Yo, Chemis, hear this. Me hope this wake up some of them. Oh yeah, hey. Them have no love with them brothers and them sisters. Them woulda sell you out for one slice of pizza. Then them wanna burn out Kanye West. Enough of them are some real hypocrites. Some not here.
This one is real deep.
Them sit up in the church and praise the God of the oppressors. Them have the love with them blackness. With the bleaching cream, enough of them obsessed. Look how long Mota been telling we, but we mock him and treat him like the enemy. You choose the white gods over the black gods. I know me tell the truth, the hell you want send me. If you coulda right now, you woulda sell me. You not have to say it loud, your actions tell me. You woulda choose Jesus over me. You not left the slave master when them want hang me. Them have no love with them brothers and them sisters. Them woulda sell you out for one slice of pizza. Then them wanna burn out Kanye West. Enough of them are some real hypocrites. Some not care nothing about the ancestors. Them sit up in the church and praise the God of the oppressors. Them have no love with them blackness. With the bleaching cream, enough of them obsessed. Where Kanye say, where the Bible no say. The Bible say you two we sin, the God a punish you. Two we wrong twice, him kill all the babies. To make the mothers eat them placenta and them babies. When me read Deuteronomy 28, you wonder why God did a breathe so much shit. So me third eye open, and me wide awake. Me see a lie, them a tell and them doctrine fake. You better start love your brothers and your sisters. Cause the oppressors, them are tricksters. Me know so enough for you know want to hear this. Cause it go against where you are practice. Some not care nothing about the ancestors. Them sit up in them church and praise the God of the oppressors. Them have no love with them blackness. With the bleaching cream, no for them obsessed. Oh, 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 oh no, oh no.
Got to find a way, got to make a way. Got to find a way, we got to make a way. Somewhere, somehow.
8 minutes to the top of the hour. This is Phil Watkins.
This one dedicated to all of the hustlers. Oh, all of the street side peddlers. You know, you got to stay alive. Got to create your means to survive.
It's called The Hustlers and
this one dedicated to all of the hustlers. Oh, all of the street side peddlers. You know, you got to stay alive. Got to make your means to survive. You could hustle in the market with oranges in the basket. Bills we pay, money is we want it. Murder, poverty, whoa, that's the target. We want the life sweet like chocolate. Hear the nuts man, him a come down the street. Hear the nuts cat, it a whistle so sweet. To him a ball of nuts, me say it's so unique. May have to grab a ital for eat. This one dedicated to all of the hustlers. Oh, all of the street side peddlers. You know, you got to stay alive. Got to make your means to survive. This one dedicated to all of the hustlers. Oh, all of the street side peddlers. You know, you got to stay alive. Got to make your means to survive. We've got to fight this a struggle to get out our rubble. So we stay on the hustle. Do we little juggle? Say we not create no trouble. Juggle we a juggle. We got to make our means of survival. We have to work. Yes, we have to work. Got to make our means. opportunities. This one dedicated to all of the hustlers, all of the street side peddlers. You know, you got to stay alive, got to create your means to survive. This one dedicated to all of the hustlers, all of the street side peddlers. You know, you got to stay alive, got to make your means to survive. Wave your black, green and gold in the air. Jamaica so beautiful, I swear. Salute and wave, everybody journey. Who no put up, who no lighter and rest right here. Girls are walking in a underwear. Party
This is Frano.
and nobody don't care. A summertime
The track is called Salute and Wave.
cramp the beach up the party in a gear. A summertime again in jail.
Yes, it is. Blessings to you, Gets 281. Thank you very much for sticking around and staying. Yeah.
Salute and wave. Come here, feel party, come here, feel wave. Shot at them in the corner, rubbing cushion at them palm. Pack punch in a cup, nobody can stay calm. Miss Punsy in a pants, a rub up and Mr. John. Bust a dunk in the ear, a pam 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 pam. The party a sell up, everybody look at this. Who now roll a split or blaze up the chalice. Yeah, girl over there so dirty dancing with a twist. A white girl, I check her out and I try to pass. Summertime again, yeah. Money I spend, music I play. Salute the way, salute and wave. Come happy party, come happy way. All the boss girl, them when know what for the money spend. The gangsters in your inner the latest trend. The best is taking selfies and a Snapchat with them friends. Tell the DJ plays the music, pull it up from top again. Salute and wave, we are Jamaican. We music and culture on the generation. Most beautiful rock in the Caribbean. Salute and wave, with you and summertime again in jail. Money I spend, music I play. Me and you, girl, gonna get it together. Gonna do what we want after 11.
Yeah, we rock out to the private beach party tonight, yeah?
And tease me, in the end, you're gonna please me at our private beach party.
This one a drummer, Somali.
Our very own private beach party. Step it up. Step it up. We're going to the beach this Sunday morning. Gonna pick you up, babe. Hope you're ready.
This segment is brought to you courtesy of the Wake Up and Live show. Remember to catch Rockwell 7 till noon tomorrow. The Wake Up and Live show tomorrow at 11.
Our very own private beach party.
That's the What is Reggae Music segment.
Gonna have a party.
I join you tomorrow evening at 10, right after Marlon with the Real Rockers show. And I do real talk after Real Rockers.
Rock and swing like if it
See how that works? Only on a Wednesday though.
Hey girl, we're gonna get together.
I'm out of here. Thank you very much.
Seen each other in full.
Take care of yourselves, yeah?
'Cause you
Until later on.
tease me, in the end you're gonna please me at our private beach party. Our very own private beach party. 3 months now, baby, love the Isle band. Morning light into the night, we are right, that's right. Said that's right, that's right, that's right. Said that's right. So let me tell them I'ma give you the data. Irish, mash roots, wine and jelly water. More than your pretty smile, I bet the ice and far. Go into the beach, girl. Go into the beach, girl. Just you and me, just you and me, just you and me. We're going to the beach this Sunday morning. Gonna pick you up, baby.
want you to hold and touch me. Show how much you love me.
At our private beach party.
Step, step, step it up. Step it
our
up,
very
baby.
own private beach party.
When being in the moment is priceless, consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse E-Media Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse E-Media Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulsemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse E-Media Group, when being in the moment is priceless.